Hey, what is up, guys? It's CI I'm here today with another Call of Duty Advanced Warfare episode for you guys. Today I'm using the AK-12. I got a new version of it called the Bleeder. It's actually a pretty good version. I like it a lot, so I'm probably going to be using that mostly until I can get a better one. But for now, it's pretty good. I'm not too sure what the stats are on it. I think that it does have a slower fire rate than the original AK-12. But it does have better accuracy, and it also I think it does have a boost to damage, but I'm not too positive on that. I do like it a lot. It's a very good version of the AK. I'm just waiting until I can get the AK-12 RIP. I still have not gotten a single elite weapon. I've opened so many supply drops and I have not gotten an elite weapon yet. Like the last 4 supply drops I've gotten, I've only gotten armor from it. So I've gotten like almost full elite armor, and even like I've got like 3 elite exos, but I haven't gotten a single elite weapon yet, and it's really starting to get annoying. Cause I find all these elite weapons on the ground whenever I'm playing. I always pick them up, like the ASM-1 or the BAL or the AK. Or even like the KF5 Spanner, I see that a lot, and so I always pick them up and I always wreck with them. And so, like I always go on like these streaks with these picked up weapons that I get because they're elite, and I can't wait to get my own because I know that I can do really well with it. But for now, I'm gonna have to keep on using these professional and enlisted versions, or even just the regular versions of these weapons. And I've gotten like every single version of the MK14 about twice over, except for the elite version. Which even if I got that, it wouldn't matter because I probably wouldn't use it because I hate the MK14 in this game. It sucks so bad. But in this game, I'm going to talk a little bit about why it's so hard to play Advanced Warfare by yourself. If you watch some Advanced Warfare videos, you've probably heard this before about how it's really difficult to play by yourself in this game because there's just so much going on that you need an extra set of eyes and ears to hear people or see people, and then to shout them out for you. And so it's really helpful to play in a group, and you'll notice that usually when I play with other people, I usually do a little bit better. And that's because I have those extra warnings and extra shout outs and everything. And when I play by myself, I don't play in game chat. I don't like to play in game chat because you're always gonna either come up against a bunch of trash talkers, which I don't really care to do because it's an online game, guys. So trash talking really doesn't matter because you might act like you have a big stick when you're in like on the internet, but in real life you really don't. So I'm not about that. And it just gets on my nerves when I hear people talking about that stupid mess. So I don't even go into game chat. And half the time, well, nowadays, before this wasn't really much of a problem, but nowadays it's mostly squeakers that you're coming up against. And so I don't want to argue with a 10-year-old or something. That's just not a smart thing to do. That makes you look like just like a terrible person if you're gonna argue with a 10-year-old. That's so stupid. But so I play when I go into when I'm playing by myself, I either mute everybody or I just start a party and I'm like the only one in that party, so I don't have to hear anyone else and I don't have to worry about muting. But that way, I don't have to worry about hearing all these other people that I don't want to hear. And so it's really hard to like kind of play this game by yourself. It's not like really hard, but it's just a little more challenging than it would be to play Ghost. If I want to play Ghost, I hop on. If I'm by myself, it really makes no difference if I'm by myself or in a group. It makes no difference in my like playing skill or how well I do. And in this game, it really does make a difference. I've noticed because I play with Chris a lot in this game, but I also play by myself a lot. And so you'll notice that when I'm playing with Chris, I usually have a little bit better. My games are just a little bit better because he's there to help me out. Sometimes we'll run together and he'll take out like one side, I'll take the other side, and we can strategize. Because I always like to have a plan when I'm going into a game. I do the same thing when I play Destiny. I always have a plan whenever we're doing something, and we like to strategize, and we always help each other out and do call outs and everything. So it makes it a lot easier. But when you're by yourself, obviously you can't do that. You can't do those kinds of things, and I don't want to deal with the douches that are just floating around on the internet. And so I definitely don't want to go into game chat and work with them. Every now and then you get a few good ones, but that's not too often. But in this game, my team ends up losing this game, and it's solely, I think, because I'm playing by myself. If I was playing with a group, we could have definitely worked better. It was like my team really wasn't worrying about B. Now in the first half of this game, I'll admit I never even went towards B, and I was very defensive. I played very, very defensively in the first part of this game, and I was kind of like watching over A. And in the second part, I realized that we're losing, so I started becoming a little more aggressive. And you'll see that I definitely try to go for the flags more, but I definitely I definitely think we could have won this match if we had just had, if I had just had, you know, maybe 2 people in my party in this game helping me out, because then I you know, we could have all, you know, gone on B by yourself, all on B, but with each other. You know, one of the reasons why I don't go for flags when I'm playing by myself is because my team never helps me with the flag, and it's so hard to get a flag by yourself in this game, because, you know, once you start capping an enemy's flag, they all, like, the entire team just starts like running for that flag, and then you have to then fight the entire enemy team while trying to stay on this flag, because if you get off of it, you're gonna lose your progress, and it goes up so freaking slow. So it's just almost suicide to try to take one of the enemy's flags by yourselves, unless, you know, there's a UAV and you know for a fact that everyone's on the other end of the map and they can't get to you, or your teammates are, you know, keeping them busy or something. So it's almost suicide to just go in and try to take a flag by yourself. So I don't do it. I'm here to try to stay alive and try to kill people. Now I do die a lot, but that's because I start getting a little more aggressive. And in domination, and especially on Advanced Warfare, it's very hard to get aggressive and not die a lot. That's you know, one of the reasons why I've been trying to get, I got Chris to get back on Advanced Warfare, because he was kind of like me. He didn't like Advanced Warfare when it first came out. He was very disappointed in it. He didn't want to play it like ever. And now that I'm playing it again, he kind of got back on it, and I think he's liking it a little more now than he used to. Of course, you know, it's not the best COD. Neither one of us like it more than, you know, other Call of Duties. He still likes Black Ops 2 the most. I still like Ghost the most, and you know, but we are liking it more and more, and we're starting. Once it's more about, this game is so much different that you have to play it a lot in order to understand it. It's just such a weird game compared to other Call of Duties that you really just have to understand it. And this made me so mad. My teammate is an idiot. That's another reason you need a team, a team that you can play with, that you can talk to. Because I would have, if someone was telling me that they're about to pick up the package, I would have just like screamed a no at them, because the guy had booby trapped it and it blew up on him, and I was just like, dude, you're a freaking idiot. And it got me killed too. I didn't even realize he was going for it, and it just got me killed. And so that made me so mad, because I was right off of another UAV. But this, like, another thing about this game that kind of makes me not quite as good of a player on it as other games, as other Call of Duties, is the accuracy. I'm very inaccurate in this game. You'll notice that there's so many times I could have won the gunfights, but my thumb just like slips, and like I slide to like the right or the left, and I usually go to the right, it seems. But like sometimes I'm like, my thumb is constantly moving. I'm going like left to right. I'm like strafing, and I don't know why I do that. It's just sometimes it's on accident, and my finger slips, or sometimes like my finger just, I can't stop my thumb from moving. I can't, like, you know, physically keep my thumb from moving left to right. I don't know why. It just does it. So that's another thing that really messes with me in this game, is that my accuracy is crap. One of the things I've been seriously considering getting some old baseball gloves and putting on some baseball gloves and using those, because I need it, because my hands, when I play any game that's like intense, my hands sweat a lot. I think that a lot of people do that, especially in Call of Duty. My hands sweat so much in Call of Duty. In past CODs, it hasn't been too much of a problem, because, you know, you're not really, you know, jumping all around. You're not using an exosuit where you're constantly, you know, moving, and you have to spam your analog stick all over the place. And in Advanced Warfare, you're constantly taking your right thumb off of the stick and then hitting A and everything, unless you're one of those rich kids that has a SCUF controller, which I want so bad. That's like freaking $200, and I'm not doing that. I'm not freaking paying $200 for a controller. Now, if anybody from SCUF is watching this and they'd like to sponsor me, I'd be totally cool with that. I would promote you shamelessly. I would shamelessly promote you guys, just to say. But anyways, so I looked through my old like baseball bag, and you know, I have like everything that I used to use in baseball, because I don't play anymore. But I have everything that I used to use in baseball in my bag, except for 2 baseball gloves. I don't have any baseball gloves. I don't know what happened to them, but even if I did, I probably would have grown out of them. But I'm really thinking about going and buying some, or getting just some gloves that my mom has. They might be girl gloves, but she has a pair that are have you know, grips on them, it looks like, so I might have to get some of those, or just some gardening gloves. I don't know, any gloves will do. Any gloves that can grip something will do. That would look so stupid, me playing with some like flower pattern gardening gloves on, but it might work. I'll have to think about that. That might actually work. But I don't know. And my friend Rob has been talking about getting Advanced Warfare. I'm going to try to talk him into it. I'm not sure if he'll like it, but, you know, he's got money, so he'll be fine. Anyways, guys, this game is almost over. And by the way, I will be doing some live comms on Advanced Warfare. I haven't done any yet, and the reason for that is that live comms are kind of one of those things you have to be in the mood to do a live comm. If you're not in the mood to do a live comm, it's gonna be a very boring live comm. You're not gonna, like, my voice isn't gonna have much, energy in it. It's not gonna be, I'm not gonna have much inflection in my voice, and that's not gonna make for a fun live comm. And I really don't want to have just some stupid, boring, live comm on my channel, because I want to have a video that I can be proud of, not some, half done crap. And so I definitely don't want that. But anyways, guys, we ended up losing the game, and I tried. You can definitely see at the beginning I wasn't trying very hard to cap flags. I wasn't being aggressive at all. I was being extremely defensive, and but in the second quarter I definitely became very defensive. Ended up like 31 kills, 15 deaths, and I had 8 captures and like 4 defends, so I definitely went for the flags, but wasn't able to do it by myself, and some of my teammates were definitely going for flags, but others really didn't seem to worry about it too much. If you guys want to, you can go ahead and check out my last 2 videos that I posted, and I'm not so sure when the next time I can do a live comm will be. I probably won't be posting too many videos next week because I do have exams. I got exams all next week except for Friday, and then I also will have to start I'm taking a college class next semester along with my standard high school classes. So and that starts actually it actually started on Friday. So yes, it started yesterday, and so I have to do that as well. So I'm going to be doing exams and a college level course while I'm next week, and so it's going to be a little bit tough. So I don't know, I will try to post. I really will try to post, but I don't know if I can. So if I don't post Monday through Thursday, then that's why. It's not because I'm lazy, it's just because I've got way too much stuff going on. But after that, I'm going to have hopefully enough videos to be posting every day, because I'm definitely going to have more time on my hands, because I'm dropping 2 classes next semester in place of that 1 college class. That college class shouldn't be too terribly hard, so hopefully I can be posting a little more often. Maybe not every day, because that's pretty difficult to do, but I mean, I'm not a full-time YouTuber, so it's going to be pretty difficult to do, but I will definitely be posting more often than I do now. I think now I'm doing maybe like 3 times a week or so. Lately I've actually been doing it every day. I have actually, yeah, another thing about it, I have been doing it every day lately. And then I skip a day or 2, but I will be trying to do it as often as possible. I will definitely try to do it a little more than I do now, with a little more consistency. My problem now is consistency. I go on binges where I will post every day for 2 weeks straight, and then I'll miss almost a whole week, and that's about what's going to happen here. So my consistency will hopefully get better. Anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This has been CI Scarum, and I will see you later.